Well, in true fashion, the Dallas Cowboys went out there and won the football game today.
Yeah. Guess what, man? Guess what?
No, I'm
Guess
not.
Guess what?
No.
Even the great Terry Bradshaw said the Cowboys' playoff hopes are still alive.
Oh my God.
Still alive.
What WTF was this win?
Cowboys playoff hopes are still alive per Terry Bradshaw. They still alive. Still got a shot. Walt. We still in there. Still things to play for. Cowboys with a big win, 30-14. Coming back out of the Spurs, you lost last Monday night. Going up to the Bible Belt. Getting this dub, the defense came alive today. Looked like the Dan.
That's what it took to get a win today. To go to the Bible Belt, had to go to the Bible to get this win.
I mean, looked like the old Dan Quinn defense of all. They had 6 sacks and four takeaways today. In today's win. So the defense getting back on track against the Carolina Panthers, getting this dub. Now they 6-8. Getting ready for Sunday night. A Sunday night with the
Come on, man.
Buccaneers, man.
Don't do this.
7-8.
I beg of you, don't do this.
Who knows? Dreams can come true. Trying to tell you, man.
They really don't. Let's hope this dream don't come true.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Getting this dub. What you talking about, man? Getting this dub, 6-8. Just think, man. If AO don't touch that football, we 7-7, and we most definitely in the hunt, boy. We in the middle of it. But he touched it. But we 6-8, got back on track. Cowboys have won 3 out of the last 4. 3-1 so far since Michael Parsons came back. Too bad he probably gonna get traded in about 3 months. But anyway, use them while you can.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, man. Listen, Michael may be hurt about the trade talk, but he's not hurt about this dub. So what you think about this great Cowboy win? What a great Cowboy Sunday today, man. What a wonderful Cowboy Sunday. Get a win in the Bible Belt.
Well, I mean, you know me, I was rooting for a loss, but you know, I'm not upset about a win. But
yeah, I had a good game for Cooper Rush. 3 touchdown passes. Rush hour rushing that ball over the end zone, even though he almost got CeeDee Lamb killed a couple times. Well,
I thought he was trying to take CeeDee out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, what you thought?
Those passes he was throwing.
He said, well, if I ain't got no contract and I ain't coming back, I might make sure CeeDee Lamb don't come back with me. But anyway, Cowboys, yeah. Rico Dowdle running the football big time tonight. What do you have, a $149 tonight off 25 carries? Glad to see him touch the ball more than 20 plus times like he should have done last week. 6.6 yards a carry.
I mean, what difference does it make if they're gonna let Cooper Rush throw the ball almost
Well, he only threw it 9 times. He only threw it 9 times in the second half. He threw it 20. He threw it 20 in the first half. He only threw it 9 times. So he only threw it 29 times. He only threw it 9 times more. So
he only threw it 9 times in the second half?
No, he didn't need to, man. We got a top 10 running back. That's what somebody had to tell. Somebody had to tell Mike McCarthy last week. You got a top 10 running back on his team. You run the ball. So I'm pretty sure Jerry Jones filled him in on that after he was pissed off he was after last week loss.
I have yet to have that confirmed that he is ranked top 10 in the NFL.
He's a top 10 running back. Walt, didn't I just tell you a few months ago that it was a chance that Michael Parsons might get traded? And it looked like when I tell you, listen, let me tell you something. When I tell you it's chilly outside, you better get your bowl and spoon some crackers, man.
Maybe you tell me it's chilly outside, I might need to start hustling some crackers. I might need to start hustling.
Yeah, get some hot dogs, or if you don't have that money to get hot dogs, go get some Vanina sausage. It's the same product, same thing. It's a smaller can. But anyway, 30-14. Got this dub. Good bounce back win. Even Zeke Elliott had 30 yards carry. He had 30 yards a day, man. Zeke Elliott hadn't seen 30 yards in, I was going to say 30 months. He had seen 30 yards in 30 months. But yeah, good day by the running game. Good day by the defense. This is a good Cowboy win. Needed after a disappointing loss. And listen, this is a good win. Carolina played Philadelphia down to the nubs last week, man. Been competitive in the last games, the last 4-5 games. And for the Cowboys to go out there and do this to them, yeah, man. We on our way.
Please don't be on our way. Don't be on our way.
Whoa.
What?
I'm trying to give us hope, man.
No, don't give us hope. The only hope we need to do is to finish to get this Michael Parsons trade through and maybe move up and get Travis Hunter, and then we cooking with something.
Well,
we are cooking.
That's down the line, man. It's down the line. Let's go win a bunch of ball game. See if we can get into the playoffs. And let me tell you something, boy. If we're in the playoffs, boy, let me tell you something. We can spoil some things for some teams, man. That'd be the ultimate irony. We teams that think they're going to Super Bowl, we ruin their season.
Yeah, I don't think you need to do that.
Also, if anybody's thinking about the late games, it's Buffalo at Detroit. Detroit with their blue helmets on today and black unis, and he also got the Eagles and the Steelers playing on Fox. The Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions are playing on CBS. So 2 good games coming up for us. Soon we're done with this right here. This post-game show also been brought to you by Very Best Barbecue, the very best barbecue in the land. Listen, man, I know it's raining and cold outside, but if you ain't got nothing to do, you ain't
shining over here where I'm at. I wish
the sun is shining or it's cloudy as hell. Wherever you at, go down to Barry's, man. The best ribs in the DF Dub. I recommend them guys right there. Or tomorrow, man, if you're off lunch break, go down there, hang out with them, man. Give you some good ribs, some good brisket, some good sausage to eat right now. All right, Walt. So as we dissect this football game, you was ready for it to be over with.
I was definitely ready for it to be over with.
I was thinking, man, you know what? It's just a good game. You know what? And all these penalties was happening.
You didn't think there's not one time today you thought this was a good game. Don't lie to the people.
Hold on. That's some strong words there, Walt Chisholm.
Don't lie to
some strong words right there. Call me a
liar. A lot of people tell me there's not an LCU. There's not one LCU today that thought this was a good game.
You prove it? Can you prove that?
Yes.
Yes. It's your word against mine. How you gonna prove that? Did you record me saying that? If you
there's not one person on this earth, including you, that thought this was a good game.
I thought this was a good game, man. Good bounce back win. Good bounce back win for the boys, man. Good game all around.
You talking like you was glued to the TV set or something?
I was, man. I mean, listen, man.
It was not glued to no damn
12 noon kickoff in a tough environment like Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Let me tell you something. It's just the same thing like you walk in the Portland, Oregon, in the Motor Center. You don't walk in the Bank of America Center, in the Bank of America Stadium, you gonna come out of there with a win. I mean, you just don't walk in there. One of the toughest places to play in the sports, man. What you talking about?
Yeah, 11 teams that went in there, 11 teams that walked out with a win in the Bank of America Center.
Yeah, but it was tough on them though. I ain't say come on, it was tough on them though. So good win for the Cowboys, 6-8. Do we need to get to the stats and facts?
Wait, does that make them 12? Is that 3? Does that make them 3-12? No, what are we now? What's the Cowboys record?
We 6-8.
Yeah, 6-8. So that makes the Panthers 3-11.
Yeah, 3-11. 3-11. Yeah. Looking like they probably gonna be a top 3 team in the draft. Yeah, man. Big time game by the Cowboys.
A loss could have put us back up to like number 9.
Hold on. If we look at Take-a-thon, what we got to be at now? 14, 15?
Further away from Travis Hunter.
You're
gonna have to do some work to trade Micah Parsons to get up to that top 5.
We trade Micah Parsons, we get right back up in there. So
it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you every time you go back further. It costs you more.
It may cost us more, but we're winning games now. That's all the point is about winning games right now.
No, it's not.
What? That's about winning games right now.
It's not about winning games right now.
CeeDee Lamb, even though he got caught from behind by old head defense lineman, had a nice day today. Walk. As we look at his stats, man, he had what was it? 9 for.
Why don't you just go to the stats and facts, man? Let's
13 targets, man. We want to talk about him, man. CeeDee Lamb was so far one of his best games. 9 for $1.16. Let's just go to the stats and the facts, man. Well, why are you not thrilled about this win, man? You should be excited
because I want Travis Hunter on the team. I'd like to have a Heisman Trophy winner on the team.
Well,
Have the Cowboys ever had a Heisman Trophy winner on the team? That's the question.
Yes.
Who?
Tony Dorsett.
Oh, okay.
He's a Heisman Trophy winner.
Okay. Now you know what? That's my fault.
You don't know who Tony Dorsett is?
No, I'm saying that's my fault. Okay. I should say a current. Do the Cowboys have a current Heisman Trophy winner on the team?
No, not necessarily. Zeke could have won it, but they didn't give it to him. Dak Prescott could have won it, but he lost a whole bunch of ball games his last season with Mississippi State. But that's never here nor there. So we had a couple. Michael Parsons, I don't think he won. He was in contention for the Heisman. I think he won the Doak Walker, whoever the best pass rushing, best linebacker in America was. He won that. So, But shout out to Travis Hunter, winning the Heisman. He also won the best best corner DB of the college season last Friday, early this week. So congratulations to Travis Hunter. All right, let's get to the stats and facts brought to you by Very Best Barbecue, the very best barbecue in the lane. All right, Cowboys went for first down. 15 Carolina Panthers. Third down efficiency, 6 of 12. Cowboys were 6 of 12 on third down. Carolina was just 3 for 11. Fourth downs, Cowboys didn't need to go for one because we were just running that thing up and down Carolina's naval crack. Speaking of Carolina, they were 1-1 on fourth down. Total plays, Cowboys had 70-50 for the Carolina Panthers. Total yards, Cowboys had 410 of them things. So just Carolina's 235. Total drives, Cowboys had 11. Carolina had 10 yards per play. Cowboys had 6 yards per play to the Carolina's 4.7. Passing yardage, total yardage, 199 to 175. Favorite Cowboys. Yard per pass was 6.6 for the Cowboys to 5.1 for the Carolina Panthers. Carolina had 2 interceptions thrown to the Cowboys, none. So Cooper Rush played clean with the ball as far as throwing it. Cowboys offensive line did a good job in this game. They only gave up 1 sack for 15 yards. Meanwhile, the Carolina Panthers gave up 6 sacks for 44 yards. They gave up 6 of them things. Rushing, total yards rushing, the Cowboys had 211 yards total rushing. By far their best day of the season. For the 31st or 32nd ranked rush team in the league.
It's coming out now. Nick Chubb broke his foot.
Damn, again? He hurt again?
Yeah, he broke his foot.
That's done for his career. He was out all last year. Carolina Panthers only had 60 yards rushing. on the day. Cowboys were 5.3 yards a rush to the Carolinas 3.8 yards a rush. Red zone, Cowboys in that red zone 4 times. They turned it over once, but when it didn't turn over, they scored 3 times. It was 3 out of 4. Meanwhile, Carolina was 1 out of 2 from in the red zone. Penalties, Cowboys were pretty bad on penalties. Had 14 of them things for 99 yards. Thank goodness Carolina was so bad it didn't hurt them. Meanwhile, Carolina had 8 for 65 on penalties and yardage. Turnovers, like we said, the Cowboys turned it over once in that red zone, but Carolina turned it over 4 times today. Two fumbles and 2 interceptions on the day. And also time of possession, Cowboys had it for 33-46 to the Carolina had it for 26 minutes and 14 seconds. Let's get to the box score, Walt, if you will. Cooper Rush, 18 of 29. Walt was complaining that he threw the ball too much in the first half. He only threw it 9 times in the second.
Way to go, Cooper. Way to go, Coach McCarthy. Way to get that number down. 18 for 29 for 214. He averaged 7.4 yards a throw. Had 3 touchdowns, no picks in this game. He had 119 QBR rate. So 3 touchdowns. His best day this season. Speaking of another great day, Rico, a top 10 running back, keeps stacking on good days after good days. 25 carries. It actually paid off today.
$149 today for Rico Dowdle. He's close to 1,000 yards finally. After a while, finally got a running back on hit 1,000 yards mark. He averaged 6 yards a carry, including a carry for 12, a long for 12 yards. No touchdowns today, but Rico running that thing. Zeke Elliott, 9 carries for 30 yards. Man ain't seen 30 yards. I'm saying 30 months, but he averaged 3.3 yards a carry, including a carry of 5 yards long today. Congratulations, Zeke. Kevontae Turpin, the fastest man in the NFL, 2 carries for 27 yards. See, when you get this man the ball, what can happen? 13.5 yards a carry in this game, including a long of 16. When you got the ball in this man's hands, it's just magic. Cooper Rush also had 4 scrambles for 5 yards in this game, including a long for 9 yards in this game. That totaled up to 211 yards today for Cowboys running game. CeeDee Lamb had his best game in a while, maybe about a couple months. 9 catches off 13 targets for $116. He almost had 13 yards a carry, but 13 yards an average, 13 yards a catch. Also had 1 touchdown, along with 28 on today. Brandon Cooks, 3 catches for 34 yards on 5 targets. His long was 18, had for 11.3 yards a catch. Jake Ferguson, 2 catches for 23 yards for 11.5 yards a catch on 4 targets. Jalen Brooks, 1 catch for 17 yards on the day. That 1 catch was a touchdown, 1 of 3 for Cooper Rush. Jalen Tolbert, he also had 1 catch and 1 touch, and that was 1 touchdown. So you guys catch it 1 time and catch a touchdown, that's pretty good. Today off 2 targets.
Come on, man. They played the Carolina Panthers, man.
Hey, make it count. Hey, man, listen, man. That's an NFL professional NFL team. They put the pants on just like you do, man. It's a tough environment right there. Zeke Elliott also had a catch for 11 yards. I
don't get why you keep calling this a tough environment.
Man, listen. You see that stadium, man? It's the Bible Belt, Carolina. There's some rowdy fans up there, man. In the Bible Belt of America. Brevin Spann-Ford also a catch today, and Kevontae Turpin, he had no catches in today, which is pretty disturbing, being the fastest man in the NFL, not having any catches. But let's get to the defense. Donovan Wilson had a nice, pretty game. He had 5 total tackles and 5 solo today. Eric Kendricks had 5 total tackles and 2 solo. Also had 1 pass deflection today. I think he had an interception also. Maurice Lafau, he had a great game today. He had 5 total tackles, 2 solo, and a tackle for loss. He was pretty good tonight. Chauncey Golston, 4 total tackles, 4 solo, a sack, and a tackle for loss. Micah Parsons, his best day since being back. He had 4 total tackles, 3 solo, 2 sacks, and 2 tackles for loss. Well, Also had 2 quarterback hits, man. Raising that draft stock.
Boy, I guess that threat to be traded really fired him up to go out there and get those numbers. That he's seeing how last week on Monday Night Football he had zeros all across the board.
Yeah, man. Improve that stock. OC 4 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 4 quarterback hits for him. AO, the guy who people said should have been cut after last Monday night game. He had a good game today. He had 3 total tackles and 3 solo tackles. So he was doing his thing, even though he blew a coverage that led to a touchdown. But we won't talk about that. Jordan Lewis also had a good day. 3 total tackles.
You sure you don't want to talk about that?
No, we good. Jordan Lewis, 3 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, tackle for loss, 1 pass deflection, and 1 quarterback hit. See what Jordan Lewis, when you ain't talking trash to nobody, just shut up and play, man. Andrew Booth Jr., 3 total tackles, 2 solo in the game. Malik Hooker, 2 tackles and also 2 solo. Israel Makwamu, he had 2 total tackles, 2 solo. Also had a pass deflection and an interception. Carson Lewis also had a sack, and a tackle and a solo tackle. Brock Hoffman, same thing, total tackles and a solo. Mozzie had a tackle and a solo.
What? Mozzie with a tackle?
Yeah. It's kind of funny how nose tackle just get 1 tackle a game, but we won't talk about that. Jalen Brooks also had a tackle in this game. Levin Joseph had a tackle. Luke Schoolmaker, he had a tackle in this game.
Scooty!
Yeah, he must have been a turnover in this game. So let's get to the Carolina Panthers right quick before we turn over to the rest of my crew. Bryce Young, 19 of 28, 219. He had a tutty, but had 2 interceptions. He was sacked 6 times. We said for 44 yards. Only a 73.4 QBR, quarterback rate. Chuba Hubbard, guy who I was worried about, only 10 carries for 32 yards in this game, 3.2 yards a carry. Mike Boone, 2 carries for 14 yards. Bryce Young also had 3 scrambles for 12 yards. And Xavier Leggett, 1 carry for 2 yards. Jalen Coker, he had a nice night. 4 catches for $110. Including that 83 long touchdown off 6 targets. Adam Thielen, the ageless wonder, former Viking, 5 carries for 51 yards on 7 targets, 10.2 yards and catch. David Moore, 2 catches for 19 on 4 targets. Chuba Hubbard also had 4 catches for 17 on 4 targets. Tommy Trimble, say that name 3 times. 2 catches for 15 yards off 2 targets. And Xavier Leggett, 2 catches for 7 yards off 3 targets. Jatavion Sanders also had a target but did not have a catch. The defensive standouts for the Carolina Panthers: Josie Jewell, 10 total tackles, 5 solo, including 1 pass deflection. Claudian Jurelis, 9 total tackles, 5 solo. Jordan Fuller, 9 total tackles, 4 solo. Xavier Woods, who got penalized off a shoulder.
That was weak.
He had 7 total tackles, 4 solo. DJ Johnson, 5 total tackles, 1 solo. Jonathan Harris also had 4 total tackles.
Don't forget about Jadeveon Clowney, big tackle against.
Jadeveon Clowney when he caught CD Lamb from behind a dead foot race. How the hell it happened? One of his three solo tackles also had 3 total tackles. Jaden Kroomday, 4 total tackles, 1 solo. And let's see, J.C. Horn, a guy who was picked to be who was almost a Dallas Cowboy in the Micah Parsons draft. He had 2 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. Also had a pass defense and a sack in this game. And Walt, that's your stats and facts of his 30-14 dominating win by the boys in blue, Dallas Cowboys, who, according to Terry Bradshaw, playoff hopes are still alive. Bet you watch him.
Oh man, let's go to Arlington real quick, where Tobosh is standing by. Josh, are you back? Are you on the train with Kendrick about with Terry Bradshaw?
No, I'm not.
Thank you.
No, I'm not.
Thank you.
I was still talking about movies.
Listen, man. Hold on, man. Terry Bradshaw said that's the Super Bowl champion, man. He won 4 of the things, man.
Terry Bradshaw low-key has PTE. He's been having it for the last 20 years. But we still keep listening to his ass.
Right.
The only thing Terry Bradshaw is good for is pretty much going after passer and being a stud. I know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, now you know.
Glory.
No, but yeah, man, that's all he's good for is like finding 32-year-old co-eds and doing his thing. This is not breaking news. But no, man, a takeaway from today's game is Cowboys. Stop winning football games. It's bargaining, dude. Do what's right. Trade number 11, and then get some picks. I'm telling you, I'm here at the bar arguing with one of my partners, and he's standing going, keeping Parsons. Sam Parsons is one of the best players in the league, but I keep telling them, like, those are a bunch of empty stats, dude.
Yeah, just calm down. Just calm down, Keith. Just calm down, Keith. Playoffs. Just calm down. We're not doing that.
Keith.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Keith. Terry Bradshaw said, man, this is the playoff hope is still alive. Terry Bradshaw said, it's gotta be true. That man been doing Fox. That man been covering Fox for almost 30 years, man. It's gotta be true.
No.
Empty stats don't do it, bro. And I mean, the Cowboys need to just basically understand what the assignment is. The assignment is the future, bro. I'm not about to mortgage my future on 7 wins, 7 to 9, and not getting in the playoffs without a quarterback. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Bob.
Quick update. Detroit Lions like they about to get rolled. Buffalo Bills are already scoring, and they driving again on the Detroit Lions. But that. Hey, man, listen, man. I'm not gonna say we in the H word, but the playoff hopes are still alive, man. You're not eliminated right now. You know, you're not eliminated right now. You got that Sunday nighter. You got that Sunday night against the Bucs next week. Gonna be an interesting game. Tampa Bay is not an unbeatable team. Looking at they're only 7-6, and we 6-8. So, you know, depending on what happened tonight, what's going on with them, they could be 7-7. So, chance to, you know, if they can lose tonight, get back in the playoff hunt, you know, climb up over them, Tovaz. Then Tovaz would climb up over them, buddy. Then, hey, big game in Philly. Listen, Philly can't be had. Them guys hate each other. All we need them to hate each other on that Sunday. Get that dub, and then we get Washington to lose one more, man. They get at home game. That'll be a Sunday night game. That's a Sunday night game. All of them else but land.
You know what's funny? The Cowboys win a winning road game. That's the thing that boggles my brain too. Like, why in the hell are y'all going on the road and winning a road game? What was this last year? What was this the year before that? What was this in San Francisco, dude? Come on, somebody just help me out. It's killing me, dog. You go on the road, you play your JV teams, and you win the game, and then you come home, which you're supposed to win at home, and then what? You're 1-7 or 1-6 right now. It is crazy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Cowboys 1-5 at home and 95-2 on the road. So yeah, man. Road Warriors. I guess what was right there. Quick update. Chargers have just tied up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 7 apiece. So they're not neck to pole. They can be had. But yeah, I mean, you got one that's gonna turn around for the Cowboys at home after that loss last week. You know, it's got to. The defense played pretty good today, man. 6, like I said, it looked more like Dan Quinn last year with the 6 sacks and the 4 takeaways. Man, defense has been playing pretty good the last, I would say, 4 weeks. So yeah, man. I know people don't want want the wins, but hey, if the wins
I'm begging the Dallas Cowboys to please not make us have to do a post game show for a playoff game. Please.
I mean, nobody may not want the wins, but the wins are coming, man. You know, you just gotta play it out. You just gotta play it out and see what happens, man. You know, nothing's over. You know what?
Vosh doesn't know this. Vosh, in the pregame, I had to tell the story about how yesterday at the shop. No, I'm sorry. This was Friday. Friday at the shop, I was approached by some people who enjoyed the show, who said everything is good on the show, but that one guy who you do the show with, he's out of his mind sometimes. They criticize his power rankings. They criticize him and said he's lost his mind. He doesn't. Not today to say he don't know what he's talking about. They just said he's far off. I
think you've had some. I think you had a little to do with that.
No, I didn't. I promise I didn't.
Especially when I'm hearing about the power rankings, because I only put those out to y'all. So they must be getting it from somewhere.
Well, somebody said he watched the power rankings one week, and he said he had to turn it off after you were showing favoritism to somebody, and I said, and naturally I was inclined to agree with the person. I
bet you was.
He is off his rocker, and now
I'm not. I'm saying I'm a sane man. I'm a sane man.
But you came back into reality with the Micah Parsons stuff, and now you've gone far off again to where these people may actually be right about you. You lost it.
No, I haven't. I'm perfectly sane.
I mean, your family's concerned about you. Your family's concerned about you. I mean, you may be a lost cause.
Let me tell you something. I live in America that the future president of the United States could call a black woman a B word and still get voted in the White House. And so, trust me, we live in a Donald Trump's America, so I'm perfectly sane right now. Listen, man. You play it out, see what happens. Listen, step on a rock, slip on a banana peel. Anything can happen.
Is that 100 that usually works at the bar there on Sundays? Yeah.
What is there right here?
Yeah. That's the light skin honey, isn't it?
No, that's a white girl.
Oh.
Her name's AD, like all day. And there's two more right there.
That's what the Cowboys make.
No, I'm looking for the other one that got out of it.
This girl right here is an Eagles fan. Oh, this girl right here is an Eagles fan too. So both of these girls are Eagles fans.
Oh, so the Cowboys are not making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they're Eagles fans, y'all.
Well, listen, before you start, Tobias, listen, like the great Rocky Balboa said in one of his movies, also a guy who loves Donald Trump, nothing's over till it's over.
That's not a real character.
Well, in my mind he is. I mean, they got a statue out there, man, outside Philadelphia. So he's gotta be a real person. But anyway, back to you, Tobias.
Well, let's not think that whole seat in Washington, the whole commander-in-chief seat, is a seat of great elegance and grace. I mean, we've seen a whole bunch of that crap, even in the 40s and 50s. It's not a really good seat. Let's not act like Donald Trump is the first evil person that's ever taken those rounds. With all that being said, bro, like, back to the whole winning game thing, man. Like,
was that an endorsement for Donald Trump for you?
No, I'm not endorsing that. I don't endorse either. I'm sorry. I'm a man of the people, so like sometimes being a man of the people is like common sense. Everybody ain't got it. But no, bro. Just sit back and be thinking and seeing. Well, first of all, let's address the Kendrick thing at the barbershop. Kendrick will give us stats and facts, and he'll give us some big nuggets that we sometimes use. But I mean, a lot of that stuff, sometimes he'll be facetious when he's calling for JCP to step down, or when he's calling for anything Maverick related. like losing games wise or winning games wise or whatever. So yeah, sometimes Kendrick will be on the hook for saying something totally ridiculous. But haven't we all been on the hook for saying something totally ridiculous?
That wasn't ridiculous. Okay. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that in pregame about that. Well, I heard about that, so that ain't really ridiculous. Well, go on, Thomas. Carry on.
You keep what's that with my camera? No, let me see something real quick. Let me see if I.
There you go. You good now? You good now? You good now? It was the sunlight.
Don't go into the light.
Okay, so yeah, so cell phones don't work in the sun. Got it. No, but I mean, we've all said, we've all been on the hook for saying something totally atrocious, but I don't know, man. Like the people in the barbershop need to be, stop being so sensitive. Just like our take when it comes to the Cowboys need to move on from Micah Parsons. Because I still say that they should do that. And I don't think that.
Why are you so gung-ho on that? Like a Dallas Cowboys fan like yourself, why you just want to give Micah Parsons so bad?
He's valuable, and he's valuable, and I won't say he's a detriment, y'all, but I will say that he's just giving you empty numbers and stats. When the Cowboys moved on from a guy named DeMarcus Ware for doing the exact same things. And he's in the Ring of Honor. Well, sometimes empty stats they pay money, but empty stats are just what they are, empty stats. I don't want to be down 9-1 as a Ranger fan, and all of a sudden now Adonis Garcia's hit 2 home runs, and then we still lose 9-4. Those are empty stats in baseball. In football, it's the same thing. I still remember we needed that dude in the last 2 years, down the stretch in the last, in the last 8 games, 9 games. You need it. Where was he for San Francisco? I'm gonna still ask you that question, Cowboy fan. Where was he for Green Bay? I was to ask y'all that question in the first half. I was to ask y'all that question. Yeah, I mean, your so-called proclaimed best player on the defense. Where is he when you fucking need him, dude? And it's a damn shame that I'm actually asking you that. So
last Monday night in the Bengals game, he had zero tackles and 0 sacks, and he walked off the field. He walked off the field with an attitude.
Listen, guys.
He walked off the field like Isaiah Thomas did against the Bulls back in '88. Like he just left, dude.
Listen, guys. Listen. Let me give you guys 2 guys a word of advice here. When you try to trade somebody, you keep the lie alive. He had great stats today, man. I mean,
he balled out. Yep, he balled out.
Compared to last week, his numbers were astronomical.
He had great stats today, man. I mean,
he balled out.
He balled the hell out today. So that last 5 minutes shall be distracted from the jurors statement. But he had great stats today, man. He balled out. Had an all-pro performance today. Micah doing Michael thing. And then once we get him traded, you can go ahead and tell. You can go ahead and tell what do you feel your truth about the situation is. But yeah, man. Listen.
Okay, well, wait. Before you move on, so here's the show. Are we consensus? Are we consensus when we talk about dealing him, letting him walk, and pretty much getting some picks for him? Is it unanimous?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I said that when the season was over last season, maybe you need to trade him because if you're gonna do it this off season, because if you get into the season, you're gonna get little or little. When the season's over with, it's 2 things gotta happen. According to Mike, according to Parsons. 2 things gotta happen. 1, you gotta trade him, or if you don't trade him, you gotta sign him. But you can't go into this big BS where he goes throughout the whole season, and then you don't do his contract like you did Dak and CDs, and all of a sudden his contract's up, and then you're in a rock and a hard place where you gotta pay him, or even over the price value. That's how you got in the situation with Dak Prescott. Either you got to make up your mind what you want to do. If you're going to trade him, you trade him this offseason. if you're gonna sign him, you sign him this offseason. Whatever happens with Micah Parsons gotta happen before he steps foot on a football field in 2025.
Okay, so let's check this out. Stephen Jones, if you're watching and listening.
Stephen Jones is the one who commented on all this, so he knows.
So look, I need Stephen Jones to be the same Stephen Jones that you are in the media when you're talking about we don't want to sign that. When you're talking about we don't want to sign you. When you're talking about we don't want to sign Dez or whoever else. I think that's Stephen Jones to say the same exact things about Parsons. But this time I need Stephen Jones to actually not sign Parsons. I need Stephen Jones to do this dude because I mean, hey, right now,
so he's the only person.
He's the only person on this team worth value like that, besides the receiver and maybe besides the kicker. He's the only person on this team that has that kind of value. Dak is not bringing in that kind of value. I think that Bill Marcus. I'm sorry. I think that Micah Parsons is that guy that bring you back stuff. And I also make the same analogy that I did at the bar. Moving Micah Parsons is like basically trading, like bringing in 2 steaks, some fried catfish, and macaroni and cheese for a hamburger. Yes, the hamburger is really, really good at the moment. It'll get you full, but I want to enjoy the steak a little bit longer. I want to enjoy 2 steaks a little bit longer. I want to enjoy that catfish, and I damn sure want to enjoy that mac and cheese. So bring all that in and trade that for the hamburger that's going to, how did Whippy say it? I'll trade you, what did he say, 2 pennies for a hamburger today? Or something like that? Make that move, dude. Make that move, Steven.
Only thing I think first, man, make sure them ribs is right.
And I'll trade them for some ribs, too. I'll trade a hamburger for ribs.
Not them ribs.
Those ribs right there look like those. Okay, so those ribs look like 7-round ribs. Those are ribs from a 7-round piece of beef, now or piece of pork. Now go get some 1st-round ribs. That shit gonna look like a Ruth's Chris or meat.
Them ribs look like that. Them ribs look like what my cousin had in the pot at that family reunion. That damn, that's big ass ribs.
So
my ribs be looking right.
So we're all on board that Micah Parsons, and I kind of agree with you, with Kendrick, what you said and Vosh. If you're gonna make this happen, if you're gonna make the talk now, I'm with Vosh. You better make it happen this time.
Sooner than later, bro.
This is the problem. It's gotta be
happen on draft night.
It's gotta happen this offseason. If you get past the draft and he's not traded, then that means you got to sign him. And because you can't let him play on his last year of this contract. Just like the NBA, you let a top player play on their last year of their contract, you're not gonna get equal value of them because they got the leverage. Because they know you're desperate to trade them because you're not gonna sign them back. So then the return's gonna be less. So it's gotta happen before April, whenever the trade deadline. I mean, excuse me, whenever the draft is, it's gotta happen before him.
Plus, because even then he'll bid you over a barrel after the draft takes place. Like him, and I'm not sure if his agent is Scott Boras from baseball, but like they'll have you bent over a barrel, dude. So Stephen Jones and them need to make this. Well, first of all, we need to start the movement. He has to go. I love him as a player, but I want more back for him. I don't want a player or 4 or 5 players talking about, well, you know, this player is this and this player is that. I'm in a Maverick game, and everything is taking place on my podcast after we just lost a tough-ass game in San Francisco that put us at the playoffs. And the same game. Imagine me coming on this podcast, y'all. Imagine Tomas coming on this podcast and giving absolutely nothing and saying, hey, you know what? I gave y'all 3 words, and then I get my own podcast, and then go on my podcast and blast the dude I was on a podcast with. That's what he's doing, bro. Like he.
Oh, I'm hurt.
I'm hurt too watching that because, bro, he was strapping up, putting his helmet on, and do all the things on the field. he will give blank numbers on the field. 2 sacks in the fourth quarter. Game already decided. Cowboys lose, he's hurt. And then he gets on a podcast and says everything right or everything wrong. So now it's our time as fans to go, man, why you on this podcast though? Why you on this podcast though? If he wasn't on the podcast and said those things in the media and then not go after Mike Leslie in the media and then maybe not go after anybody else and then just talk a little bit of shit, maybe like Kenny Lane talks a little bit of shit, then he's
yeah, but he ain't on
in
the
line
podcast
with the players. Exactly. So like Dak Prescott will sometimes go at Steven. He would go at Jerry. CeeDee Lamb would go at Jerry for for the lights and the curtains. Or CeeDee Lamb might say something about coach not giving him the ball. But that's all we get from Dak. That's all we get from CeeDee. Michael Parsons, week after week after week, give y'all crap in the media. He wants to be in the media. He's not really the media. He's a football player. To him, he's a media member first and then football player second. He's setting himself up for the afterlife out of football. I think he's playing football now. So, yes, again, I'm going to say it again. You got to be moved, bro.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that, Vosh, because I was telling Kendrick, I was saying that the Cowboys, they really don't like him doing that podcast. I was like, if you go back to when what's his name was here, dropping Cole Beasley, they didn't like him dropping them, they didn't like him rapping and putting them rap albums out and stuff, and they got rid of him.
Yeah.
This is on that level.
Yeah, it's almost on the same level that Amari Cooper was on too. I mean,
Amari was kind of being defiant, and you know what? It's funny you say that too because I was saying that him being on 105.3 doing that interview kind of what got him cut.
Oh, Cooper?
Yeah, but he was talking noise on that he was talking noise on them interviews when he was on there.
But that's almost the same thing though. I mean, all these dudes are just really giving the media nuggets to run with after the game. And because it's the Dallas Cowboys and they always say the Dallas Cowboys are soap operas. So they'll give you nuggets during the week. That's when the Cowboys are at their best, is during the week. When they give you nuggets and pissing off the fan base and pissing off the media. That's when they're at their best. It's been that way since Romo and Daz and Witten and Patrick Creighton and T.O. and all that. Even before that, Michael Irvin and them just gave you the goods on the field. But these dudes, after Michael Irvin and them, just media fodder, just locker room stuff. Let's not forget Jay Ratliff almost fought a media member. I mean, you got all that stuff going on in the media, bro. T.O. tried to charge up Matt Mosley one time. Bro, it's all during the week type shit. And Michael Parsons right now is falling right in.
Well, it goes back to what you said. This is the Cowboys can not like it all they want to, but I call bullshit on that because it's a product of your environment. When do we ever see the owner and also the owner's son got radio interviews throughout the week? The owner's fine, but you got the owner's son. They
want to be the ones doing all that. They don't want their players doing it.
Yeah, they want the ones to be doing all the talking, and some of the stuff they say is nonsense coming out during the week. So but it's a product. It's a product of your environment. They do it, so everybody else doing it. And the Cowboys been doing this. I remember Tobias, you remember back in the 90s when they won the Super Bowl. Hell, everybody had a radio show. Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, all them jokers had radio shows doing that week. So it's a product of everybody. They always done that. They just want to control the narrative, and they can't control the narrative on this.
That's Jerry calling you now, trying to see can he get on the show.
But if you want to get on the show and talk and have some truth, we'd love to have you on the show, Jerry. We'd love to have you. You can just bypass 105 to 3. You just come talk to bFb. We'll sit down and talk with you. But
coming soon.
But as we talked about it, it was another when Walt had those nuggets. Also, it goes back to the off season doing involuntary workouts or mandatory workouts when I was told that they wanted since they busted in a new defense with a new defense underneath Zimmer, they wanted all their defensive players in, and Michael just didn't really think, why he should come in, but and it kind of rubbed a lot of guys, including the new coaches, the wrong way. So he kind of started with that. But he had some comments that he didn't think that, well, I don't think it's really important that I need to be in there doing that. That's maintained for rookies or free rookie for agents better. But the Cowboys wanted all the guys in, and he didn't show up. They kind of brushed down the rug, but I've heard it started from there because it kind of got some of the players who didn't show up behind the 8 ball, and they wanted to get everybody in to bust in that new system.
Well, I hate to interrupt you real quick, but we got Mike McCarthy at the podium. So let's go to him real quick and hear what he had to say about tonight's matchup.
He looked far different from last week.
Yeah, he's smiling.
Had a good week of prep. Obviously, Trayvon's news was a bit of a surprise. So, but yeah, we had some guys go down today too. But they're doing a great job as a football team. They just keep playing.
Clarence, also that just picking back on, can you talk about the resilience of this team? Certainly going back to Monday night, but even today, you have a great first half. You fumble the ball, give them momentum going into the second half, and then you come back right out there and get the ball right back and just kind of score.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we've always been a resilient bunch, and today, that's a great example of it, because frankly, the way the first half went, we felt like we were really in charge. I think we were +6 big play, category at that time, and that was really the only 2 plays they made in the first half. The fumble recovery was self-inflicted, and they had they hit the big play on the broken coverage. But yeah, I mean, they were good at halftime, and we got to play better moving forward. Obviously we got Tampa Bay coming in next. Too many penalties. We got to take care of the football, but the takeaway is outstanding. I thought the defense really set the tone for us in the first half. And Terp is magnificent, and with special teams, the field position battle. I didn't see the field position battle, but I assume we were ahead there. But +3 turnover ratio. Those are the basics that we want to play to. I think had 20 more total plays than they did. I don't know at the time of possession came out, but that's the way we want to play. We want to play balance on offense, get our trips to the plate in the run game, and be smart in the passing game.
Mike Archer at ESPN. What do you make of the way Cooper rebounded after the fumble and how he came back?
Yeah, Cooper's. I thought his 2 touchdown throws were huge, big time throws. The loop pass was something that they rolled the coverage that to the close side. We call it a nub side, and obviously had a good coverage for that particular play, and he just extended the play, had great patience, and hit JT in the corner of the end zone. I thought that was a huge play. No different than the second one to Jalen Brooks. So love his poise. He commands the huddle, keeps us in really good plays. You can see that throughout the day, particularly how we ran the ball, and just because this defense is very challenging. They do a phenomenal job testing you, especially on a short week. So a lot of credit to our players for managing that.
I think
Mike McCarthy.
All right, Kenny, there's Mike McCarthy. You see, like I said, he seemed very happy.
Yeah, he last week he looked like somebody just walked over his grave. But this week, different week. Looks spry. Was right about the turnover difference. Cowboys winning the turnover battle, getting those turnovers. Running game. Finally, I'm happy Mike McCarthy in the second half ran the football, and not just throwing it. Only threw it 9 times. Ran the football much more than that. Establishing the running game. That's what the Cowboys going to need going forward. So a good game plan called on as far as that front goes, establishing that running game with Rico Dowdle. Got to keep that up. Like I said, you got Tampa Bay coming in, big ball game, gonna decide a lot. Next Sunday night, looking forward to it, and get a chance to win 3 out of 4, get a chance to win 4 out of 5, man. Let's go, let's get it, Walt. Let's get it.
They're interviewing Cooper Rush. There's a Cooper Rush interview. Let's check that out real quick. The man of the hour, Cooper Rush.
Just as long as he ain't throwing in the middle of the field.
All right, here's Cooper Rush.
That second half, things went right for you guys offensively, all predicated off of the takeaways, and you took advantage. What happened in the second half that was a change from those first two quarters?
Yeah, we felt really good in the first half. We were moving the ball. We just stopped ourselves. A couple penalties, my fumble. Other than that, we felt really confident. So the way the defense was playing, getting turnovers, we knew that we just keep executing and things would turn.
Of course, this defense has been playing really well over the last few weeks, but the offense starting to find that balance in the run game. It opens things up for you in a passing sense as well. What does it feel like now compared to maybe a month ago when you took over as the starter, the fact that this offense and the complementary football starting to come together again?
Yeah, I think it starts with those guys up front. We're running the rock. They're really moving guys. Rico's in a real good rhythm with them. And that's been a difference maker. And also, like you said, I think you touched on it, the defense, getting turnovers. You turn the ball over, and we're not turning over as much, and we're trying to just capitalize when they get us the ball.
You said earlier in the week you're really enjoying getting the opportunity to play again and have all these snaps. I mean, are you still having fun? It looked like on the Jalen Brooks touchdown, you were on the sideline just clenching the fist. Are you having fun in games like that where you're able to put your mark on it?
Yeah, that's fun. Obviously, like I said, I'm enjoying it, getting to play ball. It's why you work all these years, is to go out there and you kind of feel like, this is who you are. This is why you work. This is what you're supposed to do, is go play quarterback. And so it's really happy for JB catching that unbelievable play by him, running from all the way on the backside for his first touchdown.
No, that was awesome. An incredible play from Jalen Brooks. Tell me about the offensive line. What have you seen out of them so far? The O-line, lots of young guys up front. How much have they grown?
Yeah, their communication's been off the charts lately, and I think that's the biggest thing. They're on the same page. And when you're on the same page, you're communicating, you always have a chance. And so those guys are coordinated. And then, they're running off the ball, letting Rico go.
Cooper Rush joining us here on Cowboys OT. Cooper, thank you for taking.
Well, Kendrick, you were a Cooper Rush fan today, so.
Yeah, man. Listen, last week, we talked about it too many times. Cooper Rush threw the football last week, especially in the second half, 31 times. I know he threw it 29.
Way too many times.
Really overbalanced as far as run pass ratio last week. That's kind of led. I know we talk about the special teams gaffe, but that kind of led to the Cowboys' loss. Is that they didn't keep establishing the running game, but way more balanced in this game. Cooper Rush, he's not built to throw it 30 plus times. Keep him around in the 20 to 25, 26 throw. Capitalize on the running game. You're running the ball good this last 3 to 4 weeks. Keep that up, and you'll give you a chance to stay in ball games. But as long as that happens, Cooper Rush got a chance to make the play. All you ask him to make the plays that he needs to make, and he did that today and getting the 3 touchdown passes. Stay ahead of the chains. That give you a lot of run pass options, because when you're behind the changes, then you got to rely on him too much, and that's when the Cowboys get in trouble.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, okay. Sorry, there's Vosh.
So, I have a question for y'all regarding Cooper Rush.
Ask Kendrick. He's a Cooper Rush fan today.
All right, so for one, how old is he? And then 2, is he still your backup, not just next year, but even a year after that?
Yeah, because the Cowboys love him.
He's a free agent, so I don't know. He's a free agent. And
remember they signed him to a deal? I thought they signed.
No,
they signed him to a deal. 1 year deal, I think it was.
He's a free agent, so I don't know. Him and what's his name? Both of them free agents. So,
Trey Lance is going. Trey Lance.
He's a free agent. So I don't know. There's fools always born every day, including on Sunday. So somebody could offer him a big bag. Just for being a backup.
Remember that year he stepped in for Dak and everybody was like, "Oh, don't let Cooper Rush go. He's gonna go get a big bag and he's gonna be signed everywhere."
I'm gonna say
one offer. If
you look at his record, he's like what 7-4 in his record, so he's got a winning record. So he's 31 years of age. 31 years of age. So,
31. So basically, they're gonna like Chase Daniel him. Just make him your lifetime backup quarterback until he can't throw the football anymore.
Well, that's the thing. Listen, that's the thing the Cowboys have to figure out. If Cooper wants to stay, if somebody pays him a whole bunch of money, then you got to say I beat her say. That same thing. I guess Trey Lance, he's on his way out of here, even though you don't give him a second-round pick for him. It may be easy for him to keep.
Gave him a fourth-round pick for him.
A fourth-round pick. That may be easy for him to keep because look, he been on the football field. What money he gonna ask for? So, but that's something for the Jones to figure out. I really can't tell you too much about that, Tobias. All I know is that he's gonna be a free agent. It may be some fool who may think, hey, he may be the best backup out here. And you know what they say, you one hit away. And that's when the Cowboys always should know that. You one hit away.
Oh man. It's time for my favorite part of the post game.
Who?
Right now. The man of the hour, Micah Parsons, is talking.
Oh, Micah? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man of a few words.
A few words.
Except on his podcast. Yeah, except on his podcast, because he's really good at that. He's really good at podcasting. You got to check it out. He's really good.
Oh man, look like he's being kind of indecisive.
I'm not. I'm just saying he's really good at podcasting. If you're not good at anything else, Kendrick, he's definitely
he is good at football, man.
I didn't say he wasn't. I just said if you don't think he's good at anything else,
you keep calling
definitely good at podcasting. Here he is.
Just keep finding ways to step up. Man, I kind of hit on, like I said before, we're going to be in these games. We got to step up defensively, understand what we're missing offensively, even some guys on our side, but we just got to keep stepping up. I mean, this was a good team. Gave Eagles a fight, Chiefs, Broncos. I mean, it's a team that, coming in here, we didn't want to take lightly because of the film, what they was putting out there. So we got to find ways to keep putting it together. We got an explosive team next week, too.
How big was Leopold forcing that fumble to kind of get this going?
Oh, that was tough. He made up for it. He can't make a clip now. I needed that, huh? Oh, that was tough. Like I said, he's a guy that's going to keep stepping up for us. He's really doing his thing. Man, it just says, like I said, we're not going to give up. As long as I'm part of this unit, as long as we believe in each other, at the end of the day, I could look to my left and know I could count on them. We fighting for each other, There's a lot of guys fighting for new contracts, guys fighting to take care of their families. So there's still a lot of football to be played, and you don't want to put nothing bad on film or things like that. So, we fighting for each other at this point. At the end of the day, like, the record's the record, the game's the game. We're going to lose some, we're going to win some, but, it's a special feeling when you can fight for each other. Yeah, it was stop that run. The fact that we showed the whole trouble Hubbard, and also the way the offense was running the ball, complimentary football. They felt like they had to put some points up on the board. They had to get away from the run because it wasn't hitting early on. So, it allowed us to be able to get after the quarterback. So, that's what complimentary football does. When our offense playing that well, can put in consistent drives, push pressure on them, and they had to get away from their game plan. Bro, Osa, I mean, I can't, besides, as a veteran guy, consistently just keeps making jumps, keeps getting better. We talk about his future a lot, about where he wants to be and things like that. And what he wants, man, I just see a guy that comes in every day, maximizes his, potential, a guy who's stepping up, being a leader, being the vocal leader at that every day and demands the best and greatness from everyone. So, am I surprised? No. Am I happy for him? I'm super excited because, he makes my job easier. I was like, yep, Osa, keep going on the other side. They're going to have to start playing honest and, open a lot of things up. So, as long as he keeps getting better, really good things is happening. I can't really speak as someone who's really not a better person than Osa. For real.
So there's Micah Parsons.
Would you like to go first, Kendrick? I know you fired. I feel like you fired up by what Michael Parsons had to say there.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. Maybe he predicted the future, man. He said, as long as I'm on this team, man, we're gonna continue to fight. So he gotta let you know. Also, man, he said people fight for
So we losing the fight next year then.
He said, what he said? He said, hey, man, people fight for each other, fight for contracts. Kind of letting me know people fight for contracts.
He sound like Donald Trump when he got his ear grazed. Just fighting.
Yeah,
Keep on fighting.
Hey man, we still fight, man. He's still in it when he look to his left, look to his right. No, you can count on him, man. So yeah, man, Michael's still upbeat. We like that. I don't have anything else to say about it. It's more tamer than last week. So listen, as long as Michael's here until he's not, according to what he say, he's gonna continue to fight. So that's all I can say.
Vosh, you're on the trade Michael Parsons bandwagon today. What do you have to say about what he's saying?
I feel like I'm the mayor of that damn bandwagon. Like, dude, I'm trying to figure it out because were we saying that when coming down the stretch in the last two seasons, and we couldn't even find him except on the podcast. Like, where were you? Where were you on the field? We couldn't find you except on your podcast. Then now this year is like, oh yeah, I had 2 sacks today. I'm talking. Last week it was like, no, I'm not talking about Isaiah Thomas last week. I'm leaving the game early. I'm Isaiah Thomas against the Bulls. And then the week before that it was like, maybe he had a sack, so now he's talking again. His emotions and the way his professionalism is the reason why I want him out of here. He balls out, but I want him gone because he lacks professionalism as an NFL player.
Ouch!
Just think about what I'm saying.
Ouch. Well, Kendrick's favorite running back. I almost called him the fastest man, but we know that's Turpin. But Kendrick's favorite running back, Rico,
top 10 running back in the league. Top 10 running back in the league.
Well, the top 10, top 10 running back in the league. That's what Kendrick says.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, here he is right here.
There he is, top 10.
Stuff to figure out in our scheme and what we was doing, and like I said, it was all about the rhythm, and I've been firm on that since the beginning about the rhythm, getting the attempts, and I think we always did it, but timing right now, and it's working right now for us, so I'm not worried about early in the season.
Rico, individually, have you ever had more fun running the football than these last 3 games?
Probably not, honestly. I mean, maybe high school. Had some pretty good games in high school, like back to back. A lot of touchdowns. I mean, that's the only thing I'm missing right now. But this is definitely a great time right now. These past 3 weeks, those guys are opening it up, and it's been 3 good weeks in a row.
You spoke about earlier this week how much 1,000 would mean. You're 120 off now. How does it feel to be that close?
Closing in, definitely feels good. Definitely want to hit that milestone in my first year being a starter. So definitely want to hit that milestone. Looking for it. Definitely get it.
You're running really physically. The offensive line looks like it's playing a really violent run style. Do you think that's just been success for you?
Good.
Do you think that's just been the success for you guys is leaned into that identity? It's just a physical run game.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, those guys are playing violent up front, and they're moving people off the ball. And when they doing that, it make it easy for me. And they making my job real easy right now.
Kendrick, I'll go to you real quick. If Rico Dowdle has 1,000 yards, do you bring him back or do you let him walk?
Listen, people probably not gonna like what I'm about to say.
Oh no.
No, you don't bring him back because again, we don't pay running backs here. All right, I like what Rico Dowdle. Shout out to Rico. At the beginning of the season, like we said, he wasn't getting. I mean, he was having trouble. See, that's probably him right now. Talking I'm shading him.
Jerry,
but I'm actually telling the truth. Listen, at the beginning of the year, we talked about how he wasn't looking at the hole. He wasn't able to find the hole. He wasn't running with his head up. And shout out to Jeff Blaskos, the Cowboys running
running backs coach. Really getting him updated, getting him better throughout the season. Only $120 away from 1,000 yards. But yeah, listen, it's the thing with running backs. I always say this: you run them for the rookie contract deal, and then you let them go. The problem was what wasn't wrong with Zeke Elliott as far as his production. The problem is where you drafted him at. Zeke Elliott wasn't a first round pick. And the fact that in his career is showing you that he gave you a whole lot during his rookie contract. But as soon as rookie contract up, all those hits away, all those hits, and all those carries took their toll. I always say with running backs, your running backs have a certain amount of hits with them. That's when we talk about the kid from Boise State. People all up on him. So, man, he's gonna be a top 10. I say, listen. I tweeted, and people thought it was crazy, and I'm continuing to stand on business with this. I wouldn't draft that kid in the top half of this draft or in the first half of the draft if I was the general manager in the team, because the kid at Boise State, I don't know, it's Ashton or what it is, he averages 30 carries a game. Ashton Genty. He averaged 30 carries a game in college. That's a lot of hits right there. And your body can only withstand as a running back a certain amount of hits. So I know people. Listen, I like Rico. A lot of people like Rico. He's really playing good last part of the season. He's setting himself up for a good payday by some other team. You go out in the draft and you draft you another running back in the 4th or 5th round. You do not pay running backs a lot of money. You draft them and then you use them. You discard them and then you draft them again. Running back should not be high priorities on your salary cap. That's a waste of money. I like Rico Dowdle. I've been his biggest fan, but I'm not going to pay him off of this year's production.
Until right now, then when you don't want to pay him, now you're not spending.
Yeah, listen, it's a business. It's a business. The reason why the Cowboys
so it's not the person, it's business, right?
The reason why the Cowboys are in this situation right now, as far as they say their salary cap, because they don't know how to take care of business well with their money. And I'm the point. Do not make the same mistake you did with Zeke Elliott, paying a guy a lot of because he's going to want the bag. He's going to want top dollar for a running back salary. You let somebody else pay them. Because at the end of the day, what a running back going to do you? He's going to give you 1,200 yards. You can find a running back in the draft anywhere, or rookie or free agent somewhere. Look where we found him at, and get you 1,000 yards. And that's just the bottom line. You need that money to pay offensive linemen. You need that money to pay pass rush. You need that money to pay receivers. You need that money to pay cornerbacks. There's a whole bunch of guys that's on more, I would say, more demanding positions other than running back that you need to pay this upcoming season and future season.
Okay, I won't fight you on that. Boss, do you have anything to say over there in Arlington about bringing Rico back?
He's not gonna want more than what Tony Pollard asked for.
Yeah.
And so bringing it back. Okay, so if we're gonna play business, okay, because I never want to take money out of these people's pockets. If we're gonna be the businessman, then $10 million or more. I'm sorry. $10 million is the least that you're signing for. $10 million has to be the number, because $4 million back then, in early odds, 2003, 2012, or whatever, that was the going rate. Now these dudes are getting paid more because the quarterbacks are working more, everybody else is working more, and then now this is the year of running backs. This is the year of running backs. Dare I say, running backs are back. And so $10 million has to, pretty much be the negotiating start for it. And I'm sorry for you armchair dudes at the house, armchair fans, if you don't want to pay $10 million for a running back, then you're not going to have a good running back. So yeah, I mean, maybe $10 million will land you Rico Dowdle. Next year, maybe $20 million gets him for 2 years. But yeah, Kendrick, I agree. You still got to go draft a running back. You got to always draft a running back, defensive lineman, an old lineman, and of course a quarterback. Green Bay did it. Look what they got to do. So yeah, you still got to draft a quarterback because you just may never know.
Listen, listen. It's not. Listen, I like Rico Dowdle. I've been this big. I've been the one telling you, you need to get off the Zeke train and start giving this kid to run it the ball because the potential of him having a good year this year. But it's just the fact of the matter is, in the salary cap era, you don't have. He's not running back is not a prime position to pay because you can find you a good running back in the draft and in the lower part of the draft and get you 1,000 yards. You just do. It because the fact of the matter is you're gonna have to pay. Listen, Tyler Smith, start your all-pro guard. You gotta find money for him. Let's see, OC, your defensive tackle. His money's gonna be coming. You gotta find money for him. Deron Bland, a premium position at cornerback. Can't find enough corners. Depending on what you're gonna do with Trayvon Diggs, whether you're gonna try to find let him go. That means put some more premium on a guy like Bland when he gets back. You got to find money for him. You got to prioritize the positions that you're that's on the team. And for the last since the days of the 90s, or I would say since the days of AP, that was the last three down all-world running back. It's just not a premium position because the league has gone more pass happy. It's more spread offenses. Well, it's not pound the rock 40, 45 times like it used to be back in the day. It's more spread offenses, prioritize more receivers and quarterbacks and offensive linemen. So this the way the league is. And you don't prioritize the running back position like that. You draft you one, he's going to be on a rookie deal where it's 3 or 4 years. You run the hell out of him. I ain't trying to see crew. And then somebody else wants to pay him big money. All right. You put good film out there for somebody to give you the bag. So Rico's gonna get the bag, but the Cowboys are really it's not a victim of Rico. It's a victim of how bad the front office does at really prioritizing or running their cap. If you had another good franchise, maybe it may be a premium to keep Rico, but the Cowboys have shown they don't know how to prioritize running backs the right way as far as paying them. No offense to Zeke, he never should have got that kind of money. That puts you in a hole that you finally getting out of, but it kind of cost you a lot of things, especially knowing that you couldn't get the things you needed on other positions to be successful. So that's where I'm at. Whatever the Cowboys do, they do, but that's what I'm standing on with that. You just don't.
Man,
I don't prioritize running backs that way anymore.
You could have got you. There's a way that you could have paid Zeke and still still been a losing team over the last 29 years. Because at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. Yes, it is an indictment on how the Jones family does business and how they pay players, and how they bend them over a barrel. But like, you can still pay your players and work contracts out. They were the greatest at working contracts out, like Jason Witten, and working out the guy Tyron Schmidt. Yeah, bro. Don't let them fool you, Kendrick. Don't let them fool you, Cowboy fans at home, and to telling you, hey, we paid that. Now we're crippled. Now we can't do nothing else. Don't let them tell y'all that, bro. And Steven already told us that going into next year. This year not even over, bro. And Steven is already telling y'all, hey, next year it's gonna be just like this year. I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing this year. Next year about this time. So yeah, bro, isn't it that how they want to do it because they just don't want it. I wish there was one movie member that said, hey, Steven, do y'all want to pay players or not? Steven, do y'all want to pay players or not? Their worth and their value. Steven, do y'all want to pretty much make players home here when they get producing? Hey, Steven, are you that stingy when you don't want to give players nothing in this game? Somebody just ask Steven that question, bro, because I mean we already know the answer to it. But at the same time, bro, he needs to ask that question because now we got fans infighting. Me versus Kendrick saying, hey, don't believe the salary cap. Kendrick saying, yes, there is a salary cap. and then Cowboys fans, on the radio. No, there's a salary cap. Yeah, but you can do this. I know you really can't do this. I mean, bro, it boggles my mind how they turn us against each other as fans and as media members, saying they can't afford a player. You can afford a player, bro. You really can if you really put your mind to it, because the Rams did it, the Raiders did it, the Patriots stayed doing it. I'd be damned if Tom Brady wasn't getting money under the table. But the books say he was making $9 million a year. That's bullshit. And just
He
stop.
probably had incentives in it. I think he had incentives in his contract.
Yeah, incentives are everything, bro. But, I mean, you can't have them winning games. He's not making no money. Players want to make money, dude. And you cannot have him not making no money and they still win Super Bowls year in and year out. And him still saying, well, the books say he was making $9 million a year. Stuff like that. No, Tom Brady was a $50 million a year player for at least half of his career. And the books didn't say that. Start forging the books like y'all do in regular life. Come on, man. Be smart about this shit.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for the Cowboys today. So we actually gonna be back. What's about 6:30? No, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Game tips off
Mavericks
at
play at
7:30.
7:30. So be our first time getting a look at the Mavericks. Man, it's been a week off from the Mavericks, man. I don't even know how to feel about
Yeah,
that, man.
but after this game, you're gonna have you gonna be back
Almost
to
damn
Thursday.
near hold up a week off too, because they don't play again until Thursday.
Yep.
Which is why I said Coach T was strategic when he lost that game against OKC. He was like, you know what? That's a 2-week vacation for me.
Okay,
Yeah, keep me saying because I already lost weight in his face this week. He been out.
Ain't for Maxey. He go for so apparently he was off and broke a rib. What how that happened?
And then watch how I'm watching Bush go to state tax tonight.
How you get hurt? How you get hurt? You ain't played.
Well, I would hope so that they do pull that off. So all right, man. So that'll be it for Cowboys this week. The next time the Cowboys play will be what? Against the Eagles?
No, Sunday night.
No, I'm sorry. Sunday night. You're right. Sunday night against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Sunday night football.
Nobody's be back in his office on Sunday.
Terry Bradshaw said we still in the play. We still got a shot to play.
Terry Bradshaw. He can't even have his hair on his head no more. Don't listen to him. He still won't let his hair go. He still got that little,
He got that whole Hogan going right now.
Yeah, he's going to Hulk Hogan right now.
That man won 4 Super Bowls. You know what you're talking about?
Yeah, you're right. That's it. Man, but hey, Michael Strahan won too, so I guess he talking about too.
Damn.
If he didn't win photos, he won 2.
All right, man. So we'll be back at 7 o'clock when the Mavs take on the Golden State Warriors. But until then, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars. Always do his best for business. If we don't see you around, we'll see you around at 7 o'clock tonight.